Okay, so today, Honor Speaks is telling us South African influencers are in trouble. It's been hot waters for them recently, and I guess the hot waters continuing to get even hotter. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this video is by Honor Talks, and it's your boy Dwayne. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go. Look at this face here, bro. Hey, lasizwe.
South African influencers are in trouble. We've all seen creators on our FYPs showing off PR packages, free trips, and brand deals. And most of them weren't paying tax on any of it. Now SARS has finally noticed, and they are coming for it. Everything.
Hey, SARS, bruh. SARS just want everything, bruh. You know what? It's fine. Let's go.
From sneakers to luxury travel is now being counted as income. And some influencers like lasizwe have made statements clearly showing that they are not happy. I'm Ona and I make weekly videos about things that happen in South Africa. If that's your thing, make sure you subscribe and join the community.
Subscribe to Ona, guys.
Content creation in South Africa is growing fast, with many influencers making money through brand deals and online partnerships. But now, the South African Revenue Service is warning influencers to make sure that their tax affairs are in order.
On the 5th of September, SARS confirmed that influencers are now their own taxpayer segment.
Whoa,
that means TikTokers, YouTubers, and Instagrammers are officially grouped with freelancers and anyone else who earns money. Basically, if you're making money from content, you're paying tax. And here's the thing, these aren't even new rules. SARS is just taking them seriously now. They've said they'll use AI, data.
They see these boys cooking, buying R8s, buying G-Wagons. You guys blew up the spot. You guys blew up the spot with your flexing, bruh. You just had to keep it calm, keep it low-key. Nah. Everybody want to buy flipping Vianos and everything now. Look. Flipping Cyril is out here now. He wants to tax everything, bruh.
And lifestyle audits to check if your soft life online actually matches your tax return. So if you're posting BMWs but declaring the budget of a university student to SARS, you might be in trouble. This guy named Eugene explained it well. He said SARS doesn't care if you're a casual vlogger or a lifestyle influencer with sponsorships. If money or perks are coming in, it's taxable. Simple as that.
And tax is such a scam, bro. It's such a scam, but you know what, this is not for that video.
Recently, SARS has announced that they are going to be targeting social media influencers and have advised them to get their taxes in order to avoid hefty penalties.
Okay, I want to say it's a scam when not used right, but anyway, whatever.
They say that most of these influencers don't have the information or education because they might have started off with a small account just making funny videos at home, lip syncing and stuff like that, but have grown into quite a platform to be able to leverage that platform to be able to make money.
He also pointed out something important. A lot of influencers started out casually, but now some of them are basically running full businesses without even realizing it. And SARS is not going to accept "I didn't know" as an excuse.
Seemah lost her TikTok. Now she's about to lose a lot of her income because Posa is saying no, pass that here.
Sponsorships, brand deals, trips, meals, all of it. The only time it doesn't count is if you just get a random PR drop that you didn't agree to promote. Otherwise, it's part of your income.
They go on to say all sponsorship, brand deals, free trips and meals, etc. all form part of your gross income, and that must be declared into your annual income. So one of
meals, bro. I gotta eat though. I gotta eat, bro. You can't tax me for the food, bro. Come on.
The things they say, yeah, that if someone receives a gadget, unboxes it, talks about it, but is not contracted to do that, doesn't have to declare it. But anyone that has a contract or agreement in place, they need to declare that as an income.
Even posting about your free date night could still land you in trouble, because as soon as you post something you received from a brand, it is part of the job.
Oh, if it's brand, then that's cool. Well, I guess that still sucks because you really need brand deals to really make money. But I thought it was just if you just post a video of you know, hey, look at me, I just bought a new iPhone, and you have nothing to do with iPhone, then they're like, give me that money. But they probably will too, you know how it is.
About to get hectic.
Another thing that they do mention here is if you visit a restaurant, write a review about it, or stay in a luxury hotel somewhere and you share your experiences on a travel page, this is an exchange of benefits and is seen as an additional income.
Where things get messy is trade exchanges. A lady on Metro FM explained that influencers don't always get cash. Sometimes it's products, but SARS still sees that as income.
So let's give you the product now, bruh. I must give you my flipping hair dryer that I got from Tebu. Alright, no ways.
Influencer income in a 513 billion rand tax hunt, stating that freebies are in fact not free. Because it's such an interesting conversation, right? As influencers, you don't always get paid in monetary value.
True.
Some things are trade exchanges.
Yeah.
But it seems that you might have to declare
The trade
those
exchange
as well and pay.
I
don't know. But
By the way, if
that's
you're
kinda
enjoying
crazy,
the video,
though. That's
please
kinda
click
crazy.
the like button. It
So
really
if I'm getting paid in the form of me coming to your hotel and reviewing it, but then I must pay tax for that, that's crazy. And you're just giving me a free stay and free breakfast, but I must still pay? That is a bit crazy, bruv. I would lie.
helps the channel and tells YouTube to show this video to more people.
Sub to order!
Anyways, Thibaut Touch even joked about delivering a box of KFC straight to SARS because KFC sent it to him. And one of the other hosts had to correct him. SARS doesn't want your groceries, they want the value. She also said that if brands give you extras outside of the contract, like headphones or sneakers, those also need to be declared.
So now, if somebody buys me a Streetwise 2, or if KFC gives me Streetwise 2, I must give them the equivalent 40 randa, bruh, for that Streetwise 2. Nah, that's kind of wild though.
sign a big deal with a food company, so I'll take some drumstick and chicken wings to SARS. I'll deliver the food.
That's not how it works.
No, I'll take the food. I'll take it.
Touch, they're not saying you must bring back your chicken or
take the food.
whatever the case may be. They're saying the
portion.
value. No, they're saying the value of
The
whatever
chicken.
that is that you've been given, whether it's a power bank, a cell phone,
KFC.
Yeah.
you need to declare that as income, right? If you go to a restaurant and you do a trade exchange and the restaurant meal was worth 800 rand, they're looking at that as taxable income. And so they're saying you are no longer now adding to the economy in that way. So we need to get all these freebies in. So for example, you get a camera. You were going to purchase that camera. There was going to be VAT that was going to be extracted from that camera and so on and so forth. So that's kind of like where they're coming from. They're saying you are essentially a freelancer that is getting items that can be regarded as income, because income is not necessarily always monetary or cash.
And honestly, guys,
Greed,
if you
bruv.
think about it,
Greed.
that part might actually help influencers. If brands know that the gifts they send get taxed, maybe they'll stop handing out exposure deals and start paying smaller content creators
Or maybe they'll just stop messing with content creators in general, which is not good at all for them.
properly.
So now the question is, how is
There's
the
AI
entire
now.
industry going to change based on that?
brands tend to want to gift people things, hoping they'll post, versus actually paying
There it
people
is.
properly.
So it could also work out in favor of influencers, where it's the sense that if you want me to do anything for you, you have to pay me the value because I have to pay SARS.
The deputy CEO from the Institute of Taxation added a different angle. She said influencers not declaring income is unfair to everyone else who pays tax. And she reminded creators that SARS can track international income too. So even if you're cashing YouTube checks from the US, SARS still wants their cut. But creators themselves aren't all convinced this is fair. Zandri Van Zyl said the trade exchange rule is dividing influencers. Some
Who are
think
you?
it's the right move, but others say it's holding the industry back. South Africa's creator economy isn't nearly as strong as in the US or Europe. So when brands pay you with products instead of money, that already slows growth. And now, those same freebies are being taxed. How are you supposed to pay your landlord with a PR goodie bag?
Let's talk about the SARS-sized elephant in the room. This is specifically for creators. Some creators are really happy that this is a thing because they would love for people to stop onboarding trade exchanges. Others don't share the sentiment and are obviously worried. I know that a lot of people bash them, and if you don't understand why, let me break it down for you.
Break
Trade
it down,
exchange
girl.
is essentially where a brand gives you product in exchange for you to do content for them. Now, while most bigger creators don't onboard trade exchanges anymore, smaller creators do, because it's a way of earning a little bit of street cred to add to your so-called creator resume to get to paid brand deals. Now, where it becomes a little bit tricky is when you have a brand who can afford to pay creators, but because they're trying to save costs like every other company in the world, they would prefer not. This brand has two creators in front of them. Let's say that they're both on the same engagement and same following rate. Reach out to creator A, who says, yeah, I'll do it for free. Fantastic. They reach out to creator B, who knows what they're worth and says, unfortunately, I'm going to charge you a fee for this because
How can I reach out to you, fam? Let me know that.
it's actual work and this is their income. Who do you think the brand is going to go with? Yeah, creator A, because they're doing it for free, right?
Someone in the comments said, imagine, the government doesn't even make an effort to create jobs, but wants a cut from people's hustles.
Tell them, Kayla. Tell them, bruh. There's no jobs out there. When we just try to put two and two together, let me make this internet shit pop. They say, no, I want that too. I was like, nigga, but you gave me no options. Nah, I created something for myself. You want this too, bruv? Nah, bruv, come on, dog.
And honestly, that's true. It feels unfair when young people create opportunities for themselves in a struggling economy, only for the government to swoop in without actually helping grow that space. Another person said they don't even have a creators fund for influencers, but they want to tax their money. In countries like the US, platforms and sometimes even governments support creators with funding. But here, creators are expected to carry the burden alone and then still share with Cyril. Someone else asked, what about the taxi industry? Is SARS taxing them? Another one said,
and they're out here flipping, doing nonsense on the streets, bruv. Are they getting taxed? No. We're trying to do the right thing now.
Start by taxing the taxis first. They are also making billions.
Yeah.
The taxi industry has been notorious for being hard to regulate. Yet everyday creators are suddenly under the microscope.
Aye.
But let's be honest, with all the violence that is involved in the taxi industry, I'm sure the government is scared to rub
so because they're scared. Bro, there's so much happening there. They want to come to us, bro, who are just trying, bro.
Way. Another comment said, no one wants to solve unemployment. Youth is trying to feed themselves and here comes SARS. Someone else said, they want to make money. One day, we will be taxed for breathing air. That's funny. It's a clear reflection of how tired people are. From VAT increases to petrol levies, people are tired. And adding influencers to the list just feels like adding fuel to the fire. Even Lasizwe has spoken out against SARS. According to Sunday World, he argued that the move is unfair to many creators who are already struggling to earn a steady income. He also wanted to clear up the misconceptions about influencer life. He said, being an influencer is not as glamorous as people think. It's actually very tough to navigate this world and even harder to reach a point where you can confidently invoice and charge for your work. Every single day, influencers are negotiated down, and it's ironic because when you walk into a store like Pick and Pay to buy bread, you'd never ask to negotiate the price. Yet, in this industry, our value is constantly questioned.
That's what I always used to say when I was running my little shits. That's what I always used to say. It's like people like come to you and ask you, yo, bruv, can I get a freebie? Can I get this? Can I get that? And you're like, bro, you don't go to Spar doing that. You don't go to Spar asking for a discount because you're flipping, you're struggling. They don't care. So why should I care? It's just business, bruv.
Yeah, ne? Electricity, qua.
Hey.
Food prices, qua.
Hey.
Influencer tail, qua. Everything's just going quiet, dog.
Here's where I stand. Influencers should be paying tax because at the end of the day, if you're earning, you're in the same boat as everyone else who works. But at the same time, it does feel a little unfair. The government hasn't created the jobs. It hasn't supported the industry in the way countries like the US or Europe do. Most of these creators built their platforms with zero government support. They found a way to make money in a country where youth unemployment is sitting at terrifying levels. And just when they start up something for themselves, SARS shows up to chow a piece of the cake. So while I get why influencers need to pay tax, I also get why many feel like they're being punished for simply surviving and creating opportunities in an economy that's already against them. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, they're right. I mean, everybody earning a certain level should be taxed. I guess that's just what it is, you know, at the end of the day. And the way they're doing it doesn't seem wholly unfair, because if you're saying it just comes with brand deals, it kind of makes sense, bro, because maybe the brand deals are hitting you 20k here, 15k here, 10k here, 5k, 10k again, you know what I'm saying? So okay, cool. But if you're just strictly making money from YouTube, you know, I don't necessarily think you should be taxed for your AdSense, because YouTube already puts in tax, bruv. You know what I'm saying? That's just one thing I think would be unfair. But hey, you never know how they're going to work it. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, you can't say it's unfair, because everybody who's earning must pay tax at the end of the day. It's just that, you know, it's greed, bro. It's greed. They see money there, they want it. That's all it really is. It's not about them really feeling like they want fair and equality. No, they're just like, yo, these guys are making money, we want that money too. It is what it is. That's the laws. That's how we gotta live, unfortunately. That's the law we somehow live under. It is what it is. Influencers, y'all gotta give up the cheese. Content creators, give it the cheese. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.